Welcome to the Cosmic Broadcast, created by fans for fans of comic book media. We're happy to have you with us today. All we ask is that you sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Right on.
All right, guys, welcome to the first ever episode of the Cosmic Broadcast. My name is Jonah. We are super excited to be able to dig into this.
Yes, sir.
I'm with the man, the myth, the legend. If you want to go and introduce yourself, we'll go ahead and get that out of the way.
Man, I ain't no myth, no legend, bro. I'm just Mike, just the regular dude, bro. I'm just trying to be here and give people what they want.
If you don't mind, just go ahead and start explaining to everybody our, dare I say, villain/hero origin story.
The villain origin.
Yeah, go for it. Tell them.
Well, really, bro, it started. I was just looking for a job, man, and Target was the one, and they hired me for seasonal, and I was, it's Target. I was like, who cares? It's just Target. And I will never forget, waking up like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, get there, do the truck at like 6 o'clock in the morning, pushing everything. Everybody seemed cool, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm a big energy person. Somehow you just gravitated to you, man. And when you were teaching me how to, push something and all that, I was like, dang, this dude is like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. Pretty damn mature. Man, lo and behold, this dude is 20 years old. I think I was like 24 or 25 at the time. I was like, bro, you not even 21 yet. What's going on? You're not even 21. But no, that's how we started, man. And then I think I do what I do this all the time with anybody. As soon as I start talking, I think I asked first. I was like, so you cool with Marvel, DC?
And as soon as you said that, I remember like my face lit up and I was like, hey, is that even a question? Is that even a question? Man, let me tell you.
I had my Batman belt on.
Yeah.
I had my Batman belt on. And I think that's when when you were like, yeah, I was like, bro, come on. Stop playing.
It's over.
It's right here. It's right here. The belt. The seat belt.
Oh my gosh.
And then dude, for real, from then it was just clicking. Running that truck.
So I would just say like once we connected on Marvel, that was kind of like our middle ground because like we still didn't know each other very well. But like that's the cool thing about comics. That's the cool thing about I know we keep talking about Marvel, but I mean any type of comics really. It kind of just opened the door, and then once we use that as like the platform to build up our friendship, I feel like we really hit it off. And we've been talking for a long time about doing a podcast just to talk about Marvel, DC, comic book movies, comic book news, you name it, we can talk about it. And I know you can attest, like everybody in our personal lives have been like, yo, you guys need to start something, like talk about something, because we bounce off each other really well, and we have a lot to say. So I mean, there's too much for us to just keep it inside. So yeah, I'm so excited for us to be able to do this because we can really kind of express our personalities and our love for comics through this media. So
well, not just that, but we can have other people show us what kind of love they have, what kind of ideas they have, whether it's for the upcoming movie or a review that they have about certain movies. Like for example, like me and you didn't like Eternals very much. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it wasn't even bad. It was straight. I wouldn't go see it in the theaters, but I mean, Disney Plus, it was cool to me.
The best part is that's okay. It's perfectly okay. That's the awesome part is like everybody's got opinions. Everybody's got their own side of the thing. And that's why it's so cool to hear everybody's side of the story. Cause like you could like something for a specific reason, and I don't have to like it because I may want the story to go a specific way, but at the end of the day, that's what I want. That's what you want. So at least we can see things from each other's perspective and be like, oh, I get it. I see why you like that. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Like for, have you seen Morbius yet?
All right. So we'll be here all day if I start talking about that, but long
I
story short,
haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think that should tell you enough.
Yeah,
I haven't even seen the movie yet.
I saw just enough of the reviews to be like, it's not worth my time because you got to think. even if a movie, like, how do I word this? Just because you're interested in seeing a movie, your money talks more than your mouth would ever come close to doing. So at the end of the day, the more I realized that Morbius wasn't worth seeing, I was like, you know what? Just because it's a comic book movie doesn't mean I have to see it. I know enough
Right.
about it. I know what happens. The internet's a wild place. You can look up spoilers in 2 seconds on Twitter and boom, you're there.
Dude.
But yeah, so I knew enough about it. So why would I go see it? Why would I go give my money to a movie that I know is not good to support them making more movies like that?
It's good. It's good. It's a good answer, man. It's almost like the Transformers. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched the first two, and after that, I was like, y'all just making movies.
Two totally separate things. You got technically Marvel, but it's Sony. But you got Sony, and then you've got Transformers, but yet they still have that underlying root of, because they keep getting money, they're gonna keep making movies like that.
Of course.
So the best way we can kind of put opposition up to that is be like, hey, you're not getting my money this time. And hopefully they get the message.
If a movie is getting pushed back by like 2-3 months, and it's not nothing like serious, like, you know how obviously most of these movies were pushed because of COVID. All right, we can get down with that.
Right.
But they just get pushed for whatever reason.
Well, I think if you notice, before COVID, there was really not a lot of movies, big like studio movies, that had gotten canceled or at least bumped. And I think COVID started that. And if you've noticed, there's been more like Marvel and DC and just movies in general, movies that have been pushed and delayed more than we've ever seen before. At least I could say that.
100%.
And so they had to change their whole plan. You got to think, they come up with like that like 10 movie plan where they're like, all right, we're going to start here, we're going to end here. You take out 3 or 4 of those movies in between, all of a sudden you've got a backstory you got to fill in. And then that leads to rushed post-credit scenes. It leads to choppy editing, bad dialogue, thrown in scenes. And so I can't necessarily blame I can't put some of the blame on the studios, but they definitely should have probably taken more time when it came to planning things out. And this ended up turning into a Sony bashing session when we were just trying to introduce ourselves. It literally only took like 5-10 minutes. So yeah.
It really did, bro. It really freaking did. That's funny though. But you're right about that. You're right here. I ain't gonna put all of it on them. I ain't gonna put all on them.
Going back to the whole giving people an extra peek into, how we think and like how we grew up and stuff. Personally, my appreciation for comic books and comic book movies, I grew up on the animated Spider-Man TV show. I grew up on Batman, the animated series on the CW. Tried to tune in every week. So I grew up on a lot of those animated TV shows. And then honestly, for a good portion of my, let's say, teenage years, I kind of lost that love for it. And then just kind of took a little break. I was into a couple other interests. And then I think around 16 was when I don't know what happened. I think I went to go see, I think it was Civil War in theaters. And it just like, I don't know what it was, but something woke up in me and I went crazy. I watched everything. I went to Barnes and Noble and read all the comics I could get a hold of. It's like, I can't call myself a lifelong comic book fan, but I can call myself one who the switch went off and the switch went on real quick. And like, there's no stopping me. And so from 16 to where I am now, which, give or take about, 7 years, it's been all gas, no brakes. So that's kind of a little peek into what I grew up on and how I kind of have seen comic books. So I'll let you go and kind of give a little backstory.
Well, that's funny because bro, I grew up watching the same thing, and you can't forget X-Men, bro. You can't forget X-Men. That's probably some of the most epic intro. One of the most epic. Yeah. Bro, that's just tough.
Iconic.
I grew up on the same thing. Now, just like you, I was definitely not a freaking comic book expert. I'm gonna be honest, I never even read comics like that until I was in my teens. And even then I didn't buy them. I just kind of would every now and then read them here and there. And kind of sort of like you, I don't think it was Civil War. I think it was more so, I think it was The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton.
Oh, so like 2008.
That was the one that made me go. Because obviously around that time it was still like, ooh, heavy. It was heavy, like Batman.
Iron Man
like
was the only
Dark,
one that came out.
Iron Man was the only one that came out, and it was like, ooh, the Dark Knight, like that trilogy, that whole trilogy was just was killing it. But when Hulk came out, I was like, oh snap! And then I saw that they, Iron Man was in it. They were making connections. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on now. So I started real small. I was like, all right, I just started watching it. Just I didn't do what I do now. You know what I do now, man. I watch it and I go do my research, and I'll go look at YouTube videos. I'm like, and I'll go do more research. I'm like, oh, so he did that, and then I'll go look at the comic. I'm like, oh, so he did this in the comic. Oh, okay. But I think that's where it started for me. I went to go watch every single movie, and then when you and me met, that's when I think I got more into the actual comic book part of it, and really doing, looking back at like people's backstories and what they were about and how they were interacted with whoever. And then, same deal, man. Like watching the movies is God, I wish
I
wish we can go back.
I was about to say, I remember that conversation that we had. It had been 5-6 years ago, where I remember we were talking about comic books, and I was telling you how comic books are like, I know people get so hooked up on the movies because they're, trendy and they're new and flashy and all that stuff. But like comic books are like the roots, the bare bones of these comic book movies. And like the more you understand the comics, the more fun the movies are, especially on opening night, because you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
Based on comic book A, B, C, or D, all of these things could happen, and I'm just here for the ride, and like it makes it so much more enjoyable.
And and when you finally see it on screen, it's happening, amazing. It's like, oh, bro, your heart be going crazy. And just speaking of comments and the segue into Moon Knight, because I just thought about it, because we were talking about comics and all that. My brother texted me the other day. He was like, "Yo, Moon Knight's ass." I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, okay, it's not. It's not what we thought it was, and I'm gonna, because we haven't been able to talk about this too. I explained it to him. I'll probably, let me see if I can explain it to you too, see if you agree with me.
Make sure you withhold some information, because we got that Moon Knight coming up.
Yeah. I'm gonna withhold all information. I'm gonna withhold on for as much as I can. Spoilers, if you're seeing this at all. But seriously though, it's the fact that this type of show is so time sensitive, and it really just seems like it's moving extremely slow. I explained them, like, think of Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, all of those 2-3 seasons. They were able to just make seasons out of them and just kind of keep it going. There's no connection there. Whereas with this show, not only are they only giving us 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, that's it. We got 2 left.
We got 2 episodes left, and I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like the show, but like, I have a feeling that a lot of people were expecting way more Moon Knight so far. And it's just moving a lot slower than like the other shows. And I was explaining, I was like, bro, like it's with all of them. Really, really look at all the shows and think about it. Loki still kind of moved a little slow. Falcon Winter Soldier moved slow, and then it'll kind of pick up, but then it was slow, Right. WandaVision, I think that one kind of had to be slow for a reason.
It had no choice. Yeah.
That one kind of had no choice. That one I'm going to let it slide, because each episode, which by the way, each episode going through every single decade was absolutely chef's kiss.
Oh yeah. And considering it was the first Marvel TV show, we're talking about WandaVision, by the way.
Kiss.
I mean, it's revolutionary, because this is their first dip into that. But honestly, that'd be a good video idea to like go back on some of our theories and see where we went right and where we went wrong. Because like that'd be a fun thing to talk about. Is I can kind of attest that we've looked at our upcoming schedule, looked at the movies coming out, the TV shows coming out. Let's see, we got the ending of Moon Knight. We got Multiverse of Madness. You better believe we're bringing the heat for Multiverse of Madness. You have no idea.
I'm gonna go see it Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Let's see, I
probably will see it Sunday night.
You're a legend. I don't know how you pull that off.
Because goats do what goats do.
I'm gonna have to commit my first viewing to memory, and if I can squeeze out another viewing on the weekend, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, so we got that. We got Thor 4, which is coming up. That's right around the corner.
That's an interesting one, because I don't know a whole lot.
But that's the best part, is that it kind of gives us homework before a movie.
That's almost some of the best parts.
Mm-hmm.
Is to do the homework on it. Like, who is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this dude? You know?
We are going to be experimenting with a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can already tell based on this video alone, we like to ramble. We like to go on and on and on. We're going to be trying different styles, different flows. Don't be surprised if the intro changes. You name it, we're working on it. So bear with us. We are excited. We're super thrilled to be able to do this. Just give us your feedback. Let us know in the comments. Let us know if there's things you like, things you want to see, things you don't want to see. Because at the end of the day, we're doing this as a passion, and we're doing this for the people who are listening so that we can hopefully give you guys some entertainment.
And that's really what it is, man. It's entertainment, man. I like making people laugh. I like entertaining people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I want to be a comic. I've always explained this. I don't want to be a comic, like a stand-up comedian, but I just like talking, entertaining people, man.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely appreciate you guys dropping a like if you're able to. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of this. We're here to serve. We're here to entertain. But most importantly, we're here to talk about all things comics. Mike, is there anything you want to say before
All
we wrap
things
up?
comics, all things Marvel, all things DC. It doesn't matter what it is.
All right, we will talk to you guys later.